Surprise Synopses.
Surprise Synopses.
Surprise Synopses.
Okay. It's going to be one of those episodes.
Oh.
Oh, I am a good guy. I am the chess lady, and I know what chess is. Ooh-doo.
Yes, well said, checkmate queen.
Thank you.
I, dribbler, am here. And now that I've arrived, we can continue solving the case that what we are working on.
Yes.
Using our superhuman abilities to plan chess moves and also other types of moves. And with my ability to throw objects very accurately. Mostly basketballs, but also small rocks and
Bombs.
microwaves and
Microwaves.
and bits of apparel,
Well,
whatever needs throwing. Really,
as the chess queen lady, ma'am, we are in a warehouse. I've just decided. Look at it appear around us. I am
Yes.
going to tell you where to go with my chess abilities. You're going to do a spin move over here, and then you are going to do an ankle breaker up here, and then you can finish with a dunk. And then that's where you're going to find our villain.
a bold opening gambit. Here I go, dribbling. Bop, 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 bop. The villain.
It is me, and I am the master of the chocolate pud. Chess lady, always 2 steps forward, 1 step laterally. You've made no progress, and you, the dribbler, you are merely foul.
That's good. That's
Burn
a good
on
one.
us.
Yeah.
How will the adventures conclude? Stay tuned for the adventures of the heroes of the Surprise Synopses. It's a show where we take a trope out of a hat, a genre out of a different hat, and combine them each randomly and live for you to make a Surprise Synopses. I'm Harley.
I'm Alex.
My plan has worked.
I got it, and we're fighting against each other. This pud dude's a big, bold bag of pud.
I'm Damien the dribbler.
I'm Alex, and I have no connotation with a chess lady. And talk to my lawyer if you disagree.
So this started out as an intro idea, but I feel like we're just kind of backdoor piloting and tell a whole different podcast.
I want to serialize so hard, Dave. You have no idea. I've got an addiction to serialization.
Like, now we have this whole other show at the start of our main show.
Is that going, or is my eyes not working?
It's going. It's just very zoomed out.
Okay, cool.
Don't
Like,
even trip, dog.
Because I'm like, otherwise we are not recording this gold.
Always believe in your soul.
Excuse me, that is not your job.
Well, it is now.
No. All right. Dog Damien's only job.
Dog, wait, what?
And
Only
today-
job? I contribute in other ways.
Okay.
Oh,
Talk shit about my romance. I'll rom-com you down those stairs, mister.
Shit.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Is anyone else sweaty?
Alex
Hope
is-
you're not too kinky about it.
Alex has nothing to fuck with, and our trope is accidentally back in time.
Great.
Uh-oh.
Great trope.
So, classic trope when a hero finds himself inadvertently in the past.
Okay, so obviously Back to the Future
Yep.
1 and 3 and also
Yeah.
a little bit 4 is accidentally back.
There's
in
a
time.
fourth
There's no
one?
fourth one.
No, wait, 1 and 3 and also 2 a little bit.
So 1, 2, and 3.
The fourth one hasn't been made yet, but like given that it's about time travel, I thought I'd include it anyway.
Wow. There's a TV show, I feel like it's on the SBS, and they like go back in time accidentally by like smoking some like special bong, and like then everywhere they go, whenever they smoke the bong again, they like go to another place in time.
Not a TV show, just what happens when Alex smokes special bongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this trope because I always, surprising no one, I always like have these little daydreams about what would it like to be travel back to like different historical periods.
Yeah.
And, like, with my foreknowledge of events and knowledge of like future technologies and stuff, I'd be like, man, I would machine gun so many nights. It'd be great.
What's that TV show where it's like a new one, Outlander or something, and she goes back in time on the rock, and she
Yeah,
like knows
yeah.
everything, and she's like telling them how to like win the war, and like this guy's gonna trick you, and
Yeah, and she gets her sex on with some old timey dude.
he's not old timey, he's hot.
Oh, okay.
I walked
both.
past, my parents watched it, and I walked past, I was like, hello. What are you two watching in the common lounge room of our whole family?
Hello. What's all this then?
Yeah, he was Scottish or Irish or something.
Yeah, but he's like from back in time, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't he? Moving on. Someone who knows a lot about everything about history, not so good with the accents.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, you can put the shovel down, Alex. It's enough digging.
No, you still got like an episode.
No, remember we
2
banned
episodes.
Scottish accent?
Okay, look, yeah, that was on me. Look, just because it was a unanimous decision. Evil Dead 3 is also a good example. Ash finds himself back in the Middle Ages.
He does go accidentally back in time.
Is this a Pokemon?
No.
No.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's fighting all the ghost types.
Yeah. What? I found myself in Lavender Town. Oh boy. Yeah, and he has like his chemistry textbooks in the trunk of his car and stuff, so he invents gunpowder a bit early.
Is there an accidentally back in time? I feel like there's one that's like accidentally back in time, but like recently back in time.
Oh, like 2 days ago? That'd
Yeah.
be funny. You'd make so much money on like lotto tickets.
Minor spoiler alert for the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yeah, that's
A
true.
character accidentally forwards in time, and a different character accidentally backs in time, and oh boy, does he have a run of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Klaus must be protected at all costs. There was also end of spoilers for the Umbrella Academy, maybe. There was that episode of Simpsons Treehouse of Horror where Homer keeps going back in time and stepping on things and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And the donuts fall from the sky because they're like, donuts don't exist. He's like,
raining
ah!
again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What a timeline that would be.
Yeah. He missed the opportunity to live his best life.
Yeah. That's tragic, really.
And he just settles with the weird snake tongues or lizard tongues.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, he's like,
The other reason I really like the trope is because I have full license to use a historical setting again. And it's been quite some time since
Open
I've
for
done that.
business.
You're
Well, you should go
for
first.
it.
Oh, no, you went first last time.
I did go first last time.
Do you want to let him have his fun, Alex? I'm fine with it.
Do you want to go first again? I feel like this is more time for him to build up and like shut us all
No,
down.
I'll wind
by
up. I'll go
finishing.
last. I never
Yeah,
go last.
I'll go first.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
stuck
I'll-
in the middle again.
I'll
Oh, do you
accidentally...
want to go middle? I mean first.
No, you can go first.
I'll accidentally back of episode.
Ooh. Where was it? What are we doing?
Accidentally back in time.
Accidentally back in time. Action block blister.
Oh, strap in. I'm ready for this.
You must be
Easy straight.
You say
Hit me
that
with your
now.
best shot, Alex. Fire away.
Is that how you spell accidentally?
Don't dwell on that.
Someone went
That's
accidentally
weird.
back in time and changed the word of the wording
Has
of the word
spelling.
accidentally.
Someone had it accidentally.
All right. So, action blockbuster.
Yeah.
Accidentally back in time.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
what I'm doing right is there is a man from the future who accidentally backs in time to this time.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, it's a guy from, I don't know what's it called. What's it, like MI6 or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
What's the like American version of that?
The
CIA.
the NSA.
Oh, yeah. I just had a massive mental blank. Okay, so this guy from the CIA, not super high up, but like still pretty good fighty, but like not the best. Actually, no, it's an action blaster. The best guy out, right? He like went in to see some scientists about this like time traveling device, and it's like not fully done, and he somehow accidentally gets time traveled back to now. And so he shows up in like CIA, and it's from like 20 years or 30 years ahead, so no one knows who he is, but he's like in the CIA thing, so he has to like get out, so he's like shooting everyone. It's a massive like thing getting out, and he's like, what's going on? Like, I don't know, is everything's like sort of the same but different, but also
Out of
like
my
more
way,
basic.
co-workers from the past.
You have
Yeah.
to be careful not to shoot his future boss.
But he doesn't know exactly what's going on
Get
either because it was
promoted.
accidentally. He's not super sure. He doesn't realize what's happened yet. He's just because it's accidental. But he's like, oh my God, like I've got to get out of this building. He's like, wow, this is like my building. He's like, oh my God, I'm in here. So like he gets out and he's like shooting all these people and
Yeah.
being like super cool and action blockbustery. And he like gets out and he goes to some like apartment building that's their like hideout thing, and it was back then too. So he's like in there and he's like doing computer. He's like, God, this computer's so slow and basic. Meh. And he like figures out and he's like, oh my God, I'm back in time. Like this is like what happened. I'm back and it's this date. And he's like, okay, sweet. I'm from 30 years now. I know who the best are at this time. Like they're legends. I just need to find these guys.
Yep.
And they'll explain to them what happened, and they'll help me like go to the future. And
Yeah.
like one's like his boss, like as younger, and like you see the two different ones. They're like, oh, a little bit of a fun thing. And so he has to like go and find these people. So it's like one of those ones at the start of the movie where they like have to go and collect
assemble
everyone.
the team.
Yeah. So he goes and assembles. There's like a girl and two guys, and then the boss. So there's like 5 of them.
Yep.
I'm not good at math. Is that right?
All
2
checks
guys,
out.
girl, boss, and him. Yes,
Yes.
nailed it.
Nailed it.
And so they develop this thing that like they have to break back in like the time machine and at that time they bought it off some like mean company that was, and they got like 80% of the way, and they're like, oh, stop, we'll just sell it. It's like too difficult, sort of thing. So like we have to break into this bad guy company so we can use what they have at the moment to send you forward. And he's like, I'm from the future, so I know like that final bit, and then you guys will have this technology early, and like who knows what you guys can do? Like see you in 30 years. And they're like, okay, sweet. So they break in. It's action box where he's like, bang in the head, bang, 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 bangity, bangy, bang.
Question.
Yeah.
Does he say bang when he shoots his gun?
No, it's an action blockbuster.
Oh, okay.
But me in the meeting with the CEOs of Disney, I will be
Hello,
saying bang.
Bob Iger. He goes bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bingity bang, and then a bang, bang, bang.
And then you gives me the money.
And so we'll need cars, and we'll need some sort of truck where it's like in the truck and they like break in from the top and they like climb in and they use it. And he's like, do these codes and attach these wires. And they're like, yeah. So it's massive action blockbuster that I'm skipping because I'm not,
We don't have the budget for it on
bang,
the show.
bang, 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 bang. Mm-hmm. And there's like a horse, but it's just a bunch of cats duct taped together. And yeah, he like goes forward in time, and they're like, we have the secret for time travel. So when he gets back to the future, it's like all different and like way more modernized. And so he's like sort of caught in between these two times of like when he was like way back in time and like everything was below him, and to now where everyone's way more high tech than him and he's like below it. Mm-hmm. Behind it, and he's like, oh wow, like this is crazy. And like his story is like in the like the history books because it like happened and it's all got reported. So like when he shows up, they're like, oh my god, like welcome back, you're a hero, like you've like you know,
because they have to wait 30 years for him to show back up again.
Yeah, so they're all waiting for him. There's
That's
like a party
brilliant.
ready, and everyone's like, wow, you're a hero, you're amazing, like you were the best CIA agent ever. But then he like something happens in the corner eye and they're like, oh, second movie, and then it like cuts to black and it's like a red smear and a gunshot.
Oh. Wow. I'm really impressed that you got the sequel bait in there.
Not really force fed that in with a plunger.
Give me my money, Bobby Iger. I want that Disney dollar.
Yeah, so to make it stand out, I guess like the CIA guy from the future has some like either like some cool future kung fu business, or he's got some tech.
Yeah,
you can, like,
I think the tech.
Yeah, right.
Would mostly be tech, but he also, because he's a CIA agent, like he's really good with guns too. So they're like, oh, cool, like we're all cool gunny guys, and you're from the future, but it's still shooting bang bangs. You just can like put the thing together. So
I like your ending better because I was kind of expecting him to like when he wakes up in the future, they're like, welcome back, you're under super arrest. You killed so many government agents that day.
Nah, he's like, because he revolutionized. They gave him an extra 30 years, and now like time travel's like way early. They're like, sick man, we didn't have to do anything.
Maybe they commuted his sentence as time served. They're like, well, in theory, you were in jail for 28 years, but you were like, it's the 28 years you were gone, so
you're fine. Here's some cake.
The power of concurrent sentencing.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, that's me. Now it's you.
Yeah, it's me.
Hello.
How far are you going back, Damien? You're winding up for something real?
Yeah, I'm that bad at history. I didn't even want to go back. I was like, something about Hitler. I'm like, nah, I'm too vague.
Too vague.
That's the only
Too
one.
vague on Hitler. Were we fighting against him, or what's the deal?
Accidentally back in time. Musical/dance.
Great one.
I nearly did a spit.
All right.
Your poor face. You don't even need a shower. Spat from all angles.
Damien comes to do the podcast, accidentally a car wash.
Next week he comes in like a plastic poncho.
Accidentally spit in face.
When we do live shows, we have to give out ponchos the first 3 rows.
Yeah. You will get wet.
All right, so Damien, give me a name, a noun, a person's name.
Samuel.
All right, Samuel is the best time detective, chrono detective of all time, but there's one case he hasn't solved, and his boss is like, you're 3 chrono days from chrono retirement, where you get to retire to a time period of your choice and live out the rest of your chronos in peaceful. You have to solve the case of you need to catch the most wanted criminal in the history of chrono detective department. You need to catch the cha-cha choker, the tap dancing terrorist, the
Ragtime Ripper?
The Ragtime Ripper.
Ragtime, is that a dance?
It's a type of music.
Yeah.
It's old-timey music.
Yeah.
Okay.
From like the 30s and stuff. Like The Entertainer. Like dun, 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 dun.
It's like high-tempo piano music.
Yeah.
Ooh, fun.
This killer has been cited throughout history during the heights of different musical / and or dance crazes, and only you can capture them or her or him because we straight up don't know. We've only heard reports. So he's like, all right, better get my time gun because it shoots bullets in the 4th dimension. And yep, I'm on the case. And so they go back to like the Beethoven-y times, and then they see someone, like assassinate someone in the theater, and they have to, try and chase them out and discover who they are. But like the chase is a montage, and it goes through like the classical and romantic period. So like it's Beethoven, then it's Wagner, all that sort of jazz, but not literally classical,
but not actually jazz.
not yet. And so it's a thrilling chase scene through time and tempo. And then they go back to... there was, sometime in the New Orleans, there was a killer who was like, I won't kill anyone who goes out and listens to jazz. And our hero discovers that person was actually this time killer as well. So it ties into real world stuff.
Wait, the killer was like, I won't kill anyone that listens to jazz.
Yeah, who goes out to like a jazz hall.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm probably misremembering a lot of the details. I heard it on like an Unsolved
So like
Mysteries.
This is a real one.
Yeah.
Because how does he know they're just not taking a night off?
It's just early viral marketing. Like,
Yeah.
I better go to listen to jazz if I don't want to get killed.
Yeah.
So I don't remember all the details, but we touch on that historical tragedy as well.
Sure.
Listen to reggae once and boom, dead.
Hey, man. Not even once.
And then about halfway through, they're in like at the birth of rock and roll. And then when the song stops and the dance floor empties, they're the only two in the middle. And the bad guy's disguise comes off, and like he gets a good look at him, but he's just like some guy.
Is it Chuck Berry?
No.
Damn it.
And like so, the bad guy limps away, but not before he drops, some lighting paraphernalia onto our hero, who tries to dance his way out of it but can't because it hits him. And so like he's on the time radio to the chrono radio. And he's like, I've gotten a description of this person, and he gives them the description, and then like instantaneous, because that's how time travel works. They're like, we have no idea who that person is. We've got no known historical record. You better jump forward to the next time period, to the next musical / and or dance craze. And yeah, fuck it, we're ending up in disco.
Oh, someone's not staying alive.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going
Ram.
for it. So, in the midst of Saturday Night Fever, this is like the heighty final chase they go on. It's a whole $1 million musical song and dance number. There's 100 extras. Elton John's there in a sweet cameo because Saturday night's all right for fighting. Yeah. And then our hero finally chases down the killer in the middle of his murder of, the drummer from Earth, Wind and Fire or something. Who knows?
Was there a murder on the dance floor?
Yes. And he kills the groove.
DJ.
And he's about to burn this goddamn house right down when our hero manages...
The song is inspired by true events.
And this event was known as the Panic at the Disco. And he shoots the bad guy. And...
With his time gun?
Yeah, with his time gun.
Yep.
And he's like, I've shot you with the time gun. It'll go and kill you as a baby and undo all of your mistakes. And then he starts phasing out.
The bad guy?
The good guy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And he's like, no, you've killed us, you fool. I'm you. Retirement's really boring. Blah. We never got to travel to music. We never had a life. We only did the time crimes. I wanted to give you the crime time of your life. Bleh. And then they both die on the dance floor.
He wanted to do the time warp again.
But he doesn't because they're all dead.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the end of the movie. He's the bad guy and the good guy.
Quite the paradox.
Yep.
It's like opposite amnesia because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Some retrograde.
Yeah.
Can't remember the future.
And that's my back in time movie.
Yeah. I guess my only note is that it didn't seem to be incredibly accidentally back in time.
Yeah, no,
it
I
seemed
think
to be like very purposively back in time. Deliberately, one might say.
Yep.
I like
Almost
it.
in his job description. Is
I would
It's
dead set
because
watch that
he
film because it was just like an excuse to just
Song
visit
and dance
all.
to
Yeah,
the greatest hits of the past.
yeah.
Yeah, and have some fun. The accidentally part is he accidentally shoots himself because he didn't know he was the killer. Said the post hoc fixing.
Yeah. Back in time / accidents.
Oh no, I rejumbled the message in time.
Accidentally?
Back
No,
in time,
back
comma,
in time.
accidentally. So yeah, that was my accidentally back in time musical / dance.
Yeah, I like it. Yep.
Yep, and
You didn't succumb to the temptation to be like, and at this stage, there is yet more musical numbers where there's singing and dancing. I like that it's like threaded through all the music.
Yeah, there was a strong temptation to try and Forrest Gump it, like, you know, going through the great historical rock and roll suicides or something, or murders.
Yeah, it causes things.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the first bit I was going to say, like, oh, maybe he fires his gun and close to Beethoven's ear, and he's like, now I am deaf. I am German and deaf.
Yeah, like he is sick to death of Jimi Hendrix, so he gives in all the coke or whatnot.
Is that how Jimi Hendrix died?
It might have been alcohol asphyxiation, I don't know.
Oh.
And then, you know, he shoots Cobain, because why not?
Yeah. He's just running past Kurt Cobain, who's got a shotgun in his mouth. He's like, do it.
Yeah. Do it, you pussy.
Well, like turns a corner and Courtney Love has a shotgun in Kurt Cobain's mouth, and he's like, "Oh, I won't tell anyone."
Proceed. Beyond Blue, you know, suicide prevention. Just Google it.
Seemed sincere. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, wow. I think that'll get the people the help they need.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Shit on Harley for trying, huh?
Okay, well now it's time for
The
a
superstar, the all-star.
Yeah, no pressure.
for a thrilling, accidentally back in time.
We actually might go back in time for this one.
Yeah. Can we just make this episode 0? Can this episode be accidentally back in time? Holy fuck, Harley. Holy fuck. Can you just change the play so this is the first episode?
Yes.
Yes! This whole episode's going accidentally back in time. That's my pitch. I'm done. It's meta, but, you know.
Okay, my only problem.
No, there's no problems. All right, now we've got that matter settled, and we have all agreed to it unanimously, and you all heard it. I'm pulling my genre out of the hat. I'm so excited. I've already written my pitch in my head. Oh, this is it. This is a... God damn it! Pissing medical drama.
Hey!
Fuck.
Come up, come on. Come on.
God damn it, medical drama.
Why did put that in there in the first place?
Yeah, and I bloody drew it.
Drew it twice.
Pissing medical drama. Damn it. What I was thinking is not...
Wait, didn't I draw a musical dance? My God, this has all happened before and it will happen again.
Yeah, that's because we're accidentally back in time. I'm not sure if you've done it.
Well, Alex, you're really not on brand.
Sorry.
God, jeez. Okay, here we go. Okay, so so what we're gonna do? We have a. I know it's a bit hokey to start with, like a physicist doing a
Physics experiment.
A physics experiment.
It goes horribly wrong.
So what we're going to do is it's actually an archaeological dig.
Yep.
Because they're interested in history. We need a cast of colourful characters that are that know things about history. So we've got a team of 4. There's like the archaeological lead, and then like an antiquitist who's interested in all the items and valuables, and there's like a team medic because they're out in nowhere. They're like out in like the desert.
This sounds like an educational film.
Yeah. Well,
Teaching me words.
they're out in the deserts of Jordan, like, and they're just kind of unearthing more. Yeah, that's right. And then there's another character who is kind of like their like equipment supplier / kind of like camp runner. So he's just like an everyman.
Yeah.
Right. And then they kind of like they're in this cave and they're like, hey, come look at this. This is weird. We've never seen writings like this before. And they're like, oh, this is very strange writing. And there's a mix of two different styles here. And we don't know what's going on. And then before they can look too long, they fall, like the kind of ground collapses and they fall through a hole. And then they like land at the bottom of a cave. And they're like, wow, did we all hit our heads? What's going on here? I feel weird. And they're accidentally back in time. There, I did it. Yep. No science experiment needed. We're accidentally back in time.
So archaeology isn't a science.
Burn.
Yeah, so that is like what they're stumbling on is like a ruin that was like built over this kind of like weird tiny like kind of rift thing that they didn't know how to control. So they just built this like thing around it, being like, "Don't go in, dickheads. It's weird." So now they're back in time, and they're back in time in the Dark Ages, the European Dark Ages, right?
Yep.
So they're like, oh man, we're not safe here because apart from the caravanseries that are bringing wealth from China to Europe, there's like not much that we understand. So what we should do is try and get back to Europe because they fuss around with the rift, but they can't kind of like get back there. Yeah. So like, oh, let's go to Europe and see if we can read up in some libraries and the monks and see if there's got any records or anyone knows what's going on. So they have trouble communicating with the local populace, but they kind of end up like being able to like write things down for them and it gets understood. And they kind of are on their way to Europe, and they get to Istanbul. And one of them is like, "Oh man, I'm not feeling so good. I think I had a cold before we left." Chew, and sneezes. No. Yeah.
Oh boy.
And then
this will really screw up Constantinople.
Yeah, and sneezes on like a kind of a passerby. And it's like, oh, sorry, I'm sure that will be harmless. And then kind of off he goes. And like 2 months later, Black Plague is everywhere.
Oh no,
it's the plague. They what's done it?
Plague.
Yeah, they plagued the plague. And then it's this team of 4 people that are like, oh god, we can't tell anyone where we've come from or who we are. But we definitely accidentally caused this Black Plague that's like wiping out, like, it's just decimating all of Europe and
devastating 40 million people.
Just wiping out a third of the human species, etc. And they're like, okay, well, but now we need to like kind of control it. So we're going to use our knowledge of hygiene and like tell people what they can do to prevent it. But we need to like invent like fake ways for them to believe it because no one's going to believe that it's like an airborne virus. Yeah. So like, oh, it's actually the virus is like caused by bad air. So you want to like run your hands over a flame before you touch people because it like it scares the bad air away and stuff. And you're like, oh, you just can't eat food that's got poo on it, you dickheads.
They don't softball that one.
Yeah, that'll upset your bodily humours. So the whole thing is like they're back in time and they keep trying to kind of get to the Vatican Library where they think there's going to be clues to getting them back, and they're trying to like kind of contain this outbreak, and they're fine because like they brought the damn thing here, so they're totally immune to it. Yeah. So it's one of those like plague comes to the new world because the Europeans are just like riddled with bad juju.
Classic.
But it's like they've brought it back to Europe and that triggers the Black Plague. And they're kind of like fighting against it and they're like trying to treat people and tell people. And eventually they're just going to get swamped by all the ignorance and superstition. And people are just like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You've got to like pray harder and like don't take practical measures. We just got to have more faith and like put just believe
Call
in
them
things.
Witches and wizards.
Yeah, just do that. That'll surely have provable results. So eventually they're like, oh god, we've just got to get out of here. We've like, we've done all we can and there's nothing for it. So now it's onto the Vatican Library for us. Yep. And sure enough, there is like a bit of a doohickey about like, oh yeah, back in time, no worries, step this way. And they're like, they know that there's a way to like another rift that's like the matching rift nearby. And that's the Oracle at Delphi. So that sends people back to the future. So what's happened is like anyone that slips through the rift ends up at the Oracle, and for knowledge of the future, they tell the Oracle some stuff about the future as payment, and they let them go through the rift. And the Oracle's like, yeah, now my business is knowing the future, dickheads. I know the lottery tickets. And then they kind of go on and do that. And they're like, oh man, you're going to get real crazy. You should invent computers. It'll be great. Okay, that's it for me, Oracle Adele. I see ya. Achoo. And sneezes on them. And then, like, off they go in the rift. And then the Oracle's like, I don't feel so good. Yeah. The end. Accidentally Back in Time, medical drama.
Wow, yeah, you really hit all the high
I
notes
forgot that was a
there.
medical drama. I was just enjoying the storyline.
Ah, good.
So nothing really changes because presumably the Black Plague has already happened in their original timeline.
Yeah, so it's a stable loop. So that's actually what caused the Black Plague to begin with.
Man, what a trip.
Yeah, what a crazy adventure
It's a hard knock life.
for us. Yeah.
Poor rats got judged. Didn't do nothing.
Yeah. And rats were like, what? What?
Yeah.
We never caught a cold. What are you talking about?
Dog and the rats.
Yeah.
You dirty rats.
Ratting out the rats.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was going to do this whole... You know what? I'm not even going to tell you what I was going to do. I'll save it for the next time Accidentally Back in Time comes out.
Oh, wow, really calling your shots there on this supposedly improvised show, huh?
Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah, who knows what I'll come up with at this present moment.
You know what? The dribbler and check lady. I'm tired of
Check
fighting.
lady. And she's not Eastern European, you racist. She's good at chess.
Oh boy, you're the real antagonist here. But let's all settle down. Let's calm down. You know what? I'm really good at chocolate pud, and I've made some chocolate pud for all my good friends, hopefully. Here, taste it. I'll have some first.
Well, we've got him cornered. I don't see what the harm would be if we just have like one bit of chocolate pud.
You taste it first.
Okay, I'll have lots. I'm dribbling already.
Haha, yes you are in more ways than one. My prototype super laxative was in that.
Uh-oh, now I'm dribbling out of everywhere.
Also, check lady, here's a gun. Bang.
I prefer this.
I'm getting away. Run. Slam door.
Is this checkmate for checkmate queen and dribbler?
According to my contract, I am already dead, so you can do the rest of the acting.
Oh.
Is she really dead, though?
Yeah.
I don't know what's poo and what's choc pud, but I'm still eating.
Is it really the end for the dribbler?
It should be.
Find out next time on Heroes of Surprise Synopses. Surprise Synopses is brought to you by the Waterfall Stories Network. I'm Harley, she was Alex, he is Damien. Go listen to Alex Gabbett's case notes. It's probably finished by now. It was a really good season.
It definitely has finished by now because this is the first episode of Surprise Synopses because this episode was sent accidentally back in time.
Oh yeah,
So
season
that means it
one
should have
of
only just started.
Alex Gabbett.
Yeah.
Season 1 is finished. Season 2 will be
Oh.
That's how that
premiering
works.
soon on the Waterfall Stories Network. If you'd like to leave us a comment about your theories about what season 2 could be, send us a message on Facebook, the contact page, or YouTube, or you know what? In 20 weeks or so, when this episode was supposed to come out, Damien will have invented a Twitter for the show, so go follow that stuff.
Yes.
He'll post a very long and thorough explanation as to exactly how this episode accidentally back in time.
I have crazy knowledge of future episodes, including
Yes.
Tool Story.
Shout out to Matt, who said he likes the show at our friend's wedding reception, and then he said his favorite one was Tool Story.
Yeah, everyone
Fuck
likes Tool
that guy.
Story.
Everyone likes Tool Story.
Yeah, I know.
Pack of tools,
Tough calls by Alex.
as always.
That's why she has an unlimited phone plan. That is way out of tune.
Surprise Synopses.
Nice.
Party.
Here's a little bonus clip of a TV show I was talking with Damien about. He has strong opinions on it, and I'd like to know what you think. All right, thanks for listening. Okay, Damien, what about a pair of superhero brothers? One of them keeps causing
Is it just two brothers?
vehicular collisions, and
Yeah.
he's accidentally, because his name is Lee, and the other one keeps getting in mishaps that he doesn't intend to, and his name is inadvertently. and it's the Lee brothers. Okay, Damien, that look of utter contempt is not translating well.
I mean, it barely passes as a joke, let alone if someone put the effort in. Like, if someone filmed that, you'd just be like, do you have nothing? Is this the best thing you got? This is what you went with.
This is what you spent the precious gift of life on.
Like, you all sat around your writer's room, and at the end of the day, we're like, this is the gold. Like, we're just going to do this one passable joke as the show. Well, like, what's the dialogue? Oh, no, accidentally, what have you done?
Okay,
like, it's that the...
Going to ask for your help on it.
Oh, shit.
Developing it. I was going to share, develop by credits with you.
That would be not a terrible children's book, though, for sure.
Oh, that's a trope we haven't done, children's book. Because every episode of a sitcom ever has someone going, I could write a children's book.
I could write a children's book. Actually, I already have written a children's book.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice. Did you publish it or just waiting for the day?
I did not move to that stage because I don't know how to get things published.
Yeah, it's hard. Isn't it hard when you want to do something but you don't know, and it's very difficult to find out that step? Like, I wanted to sell my iced coffee, but I'm like, how do you bring a beverage to market?
You be Coca-Cola.
I'm not Coca-Cola.
Well, it's tough shit.
Oh, I guess I'll just go back to developing accidentally and inadvertently the Lee Brothers show.
The Lee Brothers show.
Damien's hate it.
Damien's tested.
Then they eventually, at the end of the first season, find their long-lost little sister who diminishes everything she sees, and she's the antagonist. She's Trivoli.
And surprisingly, and yeah.
The show Chuck Palahniuk hates.
I mean, it's really just the same joke over and over again, isn't it?
No, and it wasn't funny the first time.
I feel like as a joke, I'm kind of falling into the grip of Stockholm syndrome, where I've just been captured by this joke so long, it is starting to be like, maybe it is funny actually. Maybe it's got a charm all its own.
Their mother's name is Beverly.
What? That's not. Someone end this madness.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay. Off you pop.
In case you want to know where that is.
Oh, we will.
Did I do them too slow? They're so little.
Yeah, it's because it's way zoomed out. It's all fine.